national sports associations are making refreshed attempts to be part of the upcoming Kallang Alive precinct. Netball and the Squash Rackets associations are set to lose their decades-old homes as authorities prepare to build new facilities in place of their courts. These were among plans announced 4 years ago. Lauren Ong tells us more.
The venue where many netball teams have celebrated victories or suffered the agony of a narrow defeat, while in the stands, tears and cheers from spectators as they take in the thrills and spills. Kallang Netball Centre is said to be a thing of the past. The Singapore Netball Association will have to find a new home as it makes way for new developments in the upcoming Kallang Alive precinct.
We would have loved to be part of that overall plan, just like soccer and all the other sport. And we have memories here. We have built a legacy here.
Ms. Tan says there are plans to relocate to Toa Payoh next year. 6 courts, including indoor ones, could be built there. But as the Kallang area begins a new chapter, Netball Singapore is renewing efforts in its fight to remain in the heart of Singapore sports.
We'll continue to, make our plea to stay as well, but again, we have to look ahead. Netball Singapore has constantly worked closely in close partnership with Sports SG, and to be fair to Sports SG, they've heard us. We hope that they would reconsider their plans, but at the same time, they've included us in terms of what the plans are with regards to the new location.
The Kallang Alive project was first announced in 2019. It will see 6 new developments in the area around the sports hub. That includes a section dedicated to the youth, which will include a speed climbing wall and a velodrome. They're set to be built right around this vicinity, where these 2 buildings are. 50 years old, that's how long the Kallang Squash Centre has stood for, but it is set to be demolished by the end of this year, a deadline which has been pushed back due to pandemic woes. Squash Singapore still has no plans to relocate.
We are appealing to the government to consider what we have been doing the last 2 years and whether it justifies giving us an alternate location, a replacement centre of the Kallang Squash Centre. We are hoping that with all our activities we have been carrying out over the last 2 years, that the government will realise that we are making a lot of effort, fulfilling a lot of the KPIs that I believe is their standard for us, and we'll see what comes next.
After these 7 courts are torn down, there will be less than 20 public squash courts in Singapore. Mr. Theo has submitted blueprints for a 20 million revamp of the current centre to Sports Singapore. It's set to show the centre's capacity as a world-class facility within a small space of 45 by 45 square metres.
The international community is aware of Kallang. They have come before to train or to play some of the previous events, and they remember fondly Kallang Squash Centre. So it is not just the local community that will benefit.
There are 19 sports associations currently in the area, including cycling, ice skating and archery. Squash and netball are not part of the upcoming developments as these make way for the youth hub. CNA understands that the fate of the Kallang Lawn Bowl facility is also unknown and is currently being refreshed. In response to CNA, Sports SG says it works closely with national sports associations, including squash and netball, to ensure Team Singapore athletes have suitable facilities around the country. It will continually assess and review plans to ensure that land uses, including the Kallang Alive precinct, are best optimized. The planned developments of the precinct are on track and will be completed in stages over the next few years.